Welcome back, all you gorgeous people, right here to your Feel Good Breakfast Show on SABC3. Now, before we get cooking, Woolies and Gift of the Givers teamed up with an aim of distributing 1 million meals to families in need through the Woolworths Fill a Bag campaign. Now, each bag is filled with a balance of protein. We see some fresh fruit, vegetables, and other staples, as well as some hygiene products to help curb the spread of COVID-19. Now, we have under 260,000 meals to go before we reach that goal, and together I know we will be able to do so. Now join us and help Woolies with their fight against hunger. As little as only 10 Rand can provide one person with 3 meals for a day. Yes, you heard it, as little as 10 Rand. And if you'd like to get involved, just scan the QR code on the screen right now with the SnapScan app, or if you don't have the SnapScan app, you can use your banking app and contribute whatever you can towards filling a bag. No amount is too small and will help and will make a big difference to those in need. But right now we are taking your taste buds and your palettes to Morocco. Morocco is such a colorful country, we know this, as is its tantalizing and alluring cuisine. Now, Chef Clem is, of course, embarking on a North African expedition this morning and is preparing a spicy and lemony CHERMOULA baked fish with couscous. Now, the flavors of cumin, coriander, paprika, cloves, cayenne pepper, and parsley will whisk you away to the exotic sands of the Sahara. Good morning, Chef Clem.
How are you?
Very good. Chef Clem, I'm going to tell the viewers what I did this morning. This morning I was like, so Chef Clem, we're making CHERMOULA. I was like, what kind of fish is that? He's like, no, JV, CHERMOULA is not the type of fish. It's actually the sauce.
The sauce that goes with it. But also, Clem was saying that he called it something else. CHERMOULA. It's CHERMOULA. And CHERMOULA is really great. It's a very aromatic sauce from North Africa. They use it mostly on fish, but it works so well on chicken, on lamb, on beef. And for me, it's a really great way to like take something like hake, which is very neutral in flavor, and you just pack it with big flavor when you pack it full of spices and herbs. And we're also talking about being diabetic friendly. We kind of like playing on amplifying food by just using natural ingredients. And that's really great. That's amazing. That's how we should be cooking every day.
I love that.
Focus on the ingredients. So I'm using hake, and what I love about hake is it's neutral in flavor. It's not very strong, and which means it allows you to like add flavor to it. It's a meaty fish that flakes very easily. It doesn't like a lot of cooking. So if you're going to be baking it, really great. Like 15 minutes, like at a nice high heat to cook it through. It's beautiful fried. That's why we have it for fish and chips. It's so beautiful, soft and flaky, super easy to cook. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this into 3 little chunks over here. If you want to take the skin off, you can. Hake is really difficult because it's so soft and tender. A lot of times when you take the skin off, it might break. My tip to you is actually cook the hake and then just pull the skin off if you really want.
At the end?
At the end.
Okay,
but I mean, it's fine. The skin is actually okay. So you take these 3 little chunks. I'm going to pop it down on our tray. What we're going to do is we're going to bake the hake with the CHERMOULA sauce on top of it.
Bake the hake with...
Bake the hake with the CHERMOULA sauce on top of it.
That should be a song. Bake the hake.
It should. So we're going to pop that in the bin. Let's make our CHERMOULA. So, like I said, it's a North African spiced sauce, but it's just beautiful, fresh flavors. That's what I love about it. So into our our mixer, we're going to add some celery leaves. We use celery stalks all the time, and what do we do with the leaves? We just chuck it away.
Chuck it away, so this is
It's perfect for going into soups. It just adds an aromatic, savory note. And if you're using the CHERMOULA, you get that like little floral flavor in the background, and like, what is that? And it's actually that hint of celery.
Got it.
I'm not a big celery fan, but I love celery leaves. It's really, really good. So we're going in with some coriander, and then garlic has to go in.
Always.
And then always.
I feel like with fish as well, you always want to have that garlic lemon vibe to it, because it just elevates the fish to a whole new level.
For sure. Some chili spice went in there and some paprika. And then a little bit of coriander and cumin mix.
Of course, because that is a pair. Like, whenever my mind just goes cumin, coriander, we just pair that, they married.
You know what I find like super... Like, what a coincidence is, in Indian food, we always use like coriander, cumin, and chili. And then in like also Mexican food as well, coriander and cumin, it features quite a lot. And then also North African coriander, cumin. I just love how spices bring the world and all the cuisines together. It's really, really great. So, lemon going in, using fresh lemon, and we're using those Clem and Golds, of course.
Of course, because you can see all the juice coming out of there. It's
absolutely. Hit it with a little bit of olive oil, extra parsley going in. That's going to add some nice freshness to it. And then you can totally just chop this up and like make it a nice coarse, like where I put the lid of this thing.
I was just going to say, now you don't have a lid on, just now it goes all over the place. Like, wow, CHERMOULA for everybody.
Everyone. And then give that a good mix. You don't want to do it too much, it turns into like a puree. You don't want to give it, so you keep it nice and chunky. So here we go. So we got our CHERMOULA over here. All you're going to do is you're going to spoon it over. I did the salt. Salt, very important. Always season your fish, or else it's going to take very bland. So hit it with a bit of salt. Good. Hit it with your CHERMOULA.
So you're actually going to bake with the CHERMOULA on, not bake it first and then put the CHERMOULA on.
CHERMOULA on. So what happens when it comes out the oven, it's got this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful crust on it. So what I want to talk about now is preserved lemons. So what you can do is you can add preserved lemons into your CHERMOULA as well. And young Nicole and young Kelly made these preserved lemons for us. And it's so easy. All you do is you take your lemon golds, just cut like slits down the side, pack it in a jar with salt, and then it literally, it's so intense. It's like 100% like the essence of lemon. So you can add a bit of that into your CHERMOULA as well and bake it on top. That'll be like super delicious. I'm gonna use a little bit of the preserved lemon now. Oh, this is what we made.
What is that?
Sumac and oregano for the preserved lemon.
Oregano.
Oregano. Yeah. People like, I don't know what you call it. Oregano.
Each to their own, man. Potato.
Here we go. So, couscous. This is whole wheat couscous. All I did, you can see this is dried couscous right now. All you do is you add a bit of salt, pour a little bit of boiling water over, cover it, and then it steams. And when it comes out, it's super fluffy. You don't need to put it in the microwave, it doesn't need to go into a pot, it just steams beautifully through, and that's all you need. So we're gonna use some of that preserved lemon in there, and like I said, you can use it in the CHERMOULA as well. Just clear some space, hit it with a little bit of parsley, a little bit of pepper, actually a lot of pepper. Love black pepper, especially with fish. Like I said, it's a neutral flavor, so go big on your spices.
Some
hit
salt.
It with salt going in there, then your preserved lemon. It softens.
My mouth is doing this because I can, that smell and the taste is all together. I'm just like, woo!
And that's what preserved lemon does. It gets your taste buds going. We know like adding acid to food always boosts the flavor of everything else you add in there. The preserved lemon does that, but it's super beautiful. So what we're gonna do is take the flesh out, and we can use all of it. I just want a little bit of this skin right now.
How long do you preserve?
This one was for about a week, but because it's packed in salt, it will literally, you'll be able to give it to your great-grandkids. Just make sure you jar it properly.
Just like, this is what your grandmother gave you. She left you this preserved lemon.
That's all she left you.
That's all she left you.
Lemons. Okay, but this is really, really good. And the thing about preserved lemon is a little goes a long way because it's so intense in flavor. So all you want to do is just get that into, I'm using the spatula to pick it all together. Pop that in. There we go. A little bit of olive oil. Oh, it's so fragrant, it's so lemony. Also, we've been eating very vibrantly. It's winter, but we've been eating like big flavors, bold flavors, and I like that. You shouldn't eat bold, like dull food during winter, because in South Africa, we get the most amazing produce. Winter, summer, it doesn't matter. We are so privileged, so we're always eating like amazing foods, bright flavors.
We should never be eating dull food, ever. No, should just be out of our vocab.
We don't need to.
I mean, if you have a Chef Clem in your pocket every single day, then you never need these.
YouTube, go back and check out all of our segments. I mean, you should never have any issue finding out what's for dinner tonight. We really have got you sorted. Beautiful hake. Pop that down.
That is gorgeous.
I mean, if you're ever looking for a really easy dish to use fish, this is the one. It is so simple. A little sprinkle like that.
And squeeze that lemon golds, just that juice is coming out. Chef Clem, what are you doing to our life right there?
Fish. Done. This is such a simple dish to do.
If you missed out on any of these steps and you want to get the full recipe, head on over to our website, expressoshow.com. You can get your hands on this. It smells amazing. It is amazing. And I'm sure it's going to taste amazing. Chef Clem, thank you very much.
Thank you.